Tensions at the Ukrainian border hitting a breaking point as Russian President Putin and President Biden both making moves ahead of a possible Russian invasion that some will tell you is already underway. Putin not backing down in an aggressive TV address late yesterday and advancing his troops as the window for diplomatic solutions appears to narrow. I want to bring in Senator Kevin Cramer of North Dakota, member of the Senate's Armed Services Committee. Sir, thank you for being here with us. That speech yesterday, what did you hear?
Well, I heard a pretty desperate, I think, Vladimir Putin. I thought up until yesterday that there was still a fairly good shot at an off-ramp, but he sort of blew up the off-ramp, to be honest. His airing of grievances about history and everything going back even to the Budapest Memorandum and the obligations of the United States, United Kingdom, and Russia to recognize the borders of Ukraine as established in that memorandum. He just aired all those grievances, and then of course obviously recognizing the independence of those two separatist regions of Ukraine was a violation of that international law. So it seems at this point to me, TJ, now I'm an eternal optimist, but it seems to me that this looks pretty bleak.
It looks bleak. Does it look like an invasion to you? There's some back and forth. If he has Russian troops in the separatist areas, that's not necessarily invasion. But from your standpoint, is an invasion underway?
Well, it's a violation of international law for sure. I think it looks like an invasion, and this is why, several weeks ago when President Biden used the word minor incursion, that choice of words is coming back to haunt us a little bit right now, I think. But I think we have to have a big discussion, a family discussion about what an invasion is these days, given the incredible damage that can be done with cyber attacks, for example, and we know he's engaged in a lot of those.
And he talked about in the speech, at least yesterday, gave us all a history lesson to a certain degree. We're talking about how they have the right to Ukraine and goes on. But he said he's not trying to. He comes back today and kind of says not really trying to rebuild a Soviet empire. But yesterday it seemed clear that is what he was saying. Well, which is it for you?
Yeah, I think it's the latter. It certainly sounded an awful lot like that's what he wants. It's certainly not new news. This has been an ambition that he's harbored for a long time. He's not been bashful about it. And I think, like I said, the airing of all of those grievances yesterday certainly looks like a man wanting to reestablish the Soviet Union.
I believe it was a few weeks back. Correct me if I'm wrong. It wasn't too terribly long ago. You actually made a visit to Ukraine and you spoke to Zelensky there, and you assured him that the United States is an ally and is going to be supporting Ukraine and is a friend of Ukraine. Have we, from the way you see it, have we been that good friend? Are we giving the type of support you'd like to see? And is there more we could be doing?
Well, there's certainly more we could be doing, for sure. And I'm not advocating the use of American troops. I don't know that anybody really is. Obviously, we have an obligation to our other NATO partners in the region to be prepared should anything spill over, because we have that Article 5 obligation. But I do think we could have been stronger. I think we should have had some preemptive sanctions that recognize the fact that he's already in violation of international law, the fact that he has engaged in pretty significant cyber attacks on Ukraine. His surrogates have actually, had cyber attacks in the United States that largely went unanswered, frankly. So I think we should have had preemptive sanctions. Certainly, I think Nord Stream 2 we should have. I think you look at where we are today now with Germany, shutting down Nord Stream or ending the prospect of certifying at least anytime soon. Had that been done earlier, I think Vladimir Putin may have taken us all a little more seriously.
Senator Cramer, it's good to have you here on the show with us. Certainly hope to see you down the road. All right, thanks so much.
Always my pleasure. Thanks for the opportunity.